Have you ever had a moment where you stopped and thought, I don't actually know who I am anymore? Maybe you've been doing what's expected, following routines, meeting responsibilities, but underneath all of that, there's this quiet feeling, is this really me? If that resonates, you're not alone. Because one of the strangest things about life is this: you can spend years becoming who the world needs you to be and never fully meet yourself. This is episode 11, and today we're talking about something simple but incredibly powerful: how to get to know yourself. Not the version shaped by expectations, not the version that's trying to impress people, but the real version: your thoughts, your values, your patterns. By the end of this conversation, my goal is that you walk away with a clearer sense of who you are and how to start reconnecting with yourself in a way that actually feels honest. Let's start with something most people overlook. You don't discover yourself by thinking harder. You discover yourself by paying attention. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat with your own thoughts? Without distraction. No phone, no music, no background noise. Just you. For a lot of people, that feels uncomfortable. And that discomfort is important because it often reveals how unfamiliar we've become with our own inner world. Philosopher Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Not because you need to overanalyze everything, but because without reflection, you end up living on autopilot, reacting instead of choosing. One of the simplest ways to start getting to know yourself is through awareness of your patterns. Pay attention to what consistently shows up in your life. What drains you? What energizes you? What do you avoid? What do you naturally move toward? For example, notice when you feel most like yourself. Is it when you're alone? When you're creating something? When you're helping others? When you're learning? Those moments are clues. They tell you something about your values. Author Mark Manson talks about this in his work, that your life becomes more meaningful when your actions align with your values. But you can't align with your values if you've never clearly identified them. Another powerful way to understand yourself is to notice your automatic thoughts. What do you say to yourself during difficult moments? Do you default to, "I'm not good enough. I always mess this up. I can't do this," or something else? Those internal thoughts aren't random. They're patterns you've learned over time, and becoming aware of them is the first step to changing them. Now let me pause for a moment. If this conversation is helping you reflect and reconnect with yourself, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel so you don't miss more episodes like this. And if something here resonates with you, drop a comment with one word that describes how you're feeling right now. Maybe it's thinking, aware, lost, or curious. Or share how this video has helped you. Because chances are, someone else feels exactly the same way, and your comment might help them feel less alone. Let's continue. Another important part of getting to know yourself is learning to separate your true self from external expectations. Ask yourself, what do I actually enjoy when no one else is watching? What do I care about if I'm not trying to impress anyone? Because a lot of people build their lives around what they think they should want, not what they actually want. And over time, that creates disconnection. Getting to know yourself requires honesty, not the kind you show the world, but the kind you admit privately. And here's something important to understand. You don't find yourself all at once. You discover yourself in pieces, through experiences, through reflection, through paying attention to what feels true and what doesn't. It's not a one-time realization, it's an ongoing process. As we come to the end of this episode, I want to leave you with something simple. You don't need to become someone new. You need to return to yourself, to your thoughts, your values, your patterns. Because the more you understand yourself, the more intentional your life becomes. Thank you for being here. If this helped you, subscribe so you can tune in next time for more conversations about mindset, self-awareness, and personal growth. And if you feel like it, leave a comment with one word that describes how you're feeling right now. Take your time with this process. There's no rush to figure everything out. Just stay curious about who you are, and I'll see you next time.